has finally dropped below 85 degrees in LA, and so you know what that means. Hi, I'm Caroline. Welcome back to my channel, and I am out of breath and my arms are starting to be sore from holding, what would this be? Like 15 pounds of vintage fur. I am here with a much anticipated video, at least for me, which is outfits I have kind of been dabbling with wearing so far this fall, but it hasn't until really recently actually become cold enough for me to pull out a lot of my fall and winter items. So some of these looks I have worn, and you've maybe seen them if you follow me on Instagram, but most of them are things that I have been planning and plotting, if you will, to wear, and I now can, and you will be seeing them in the upcoming weeks on my Instagram. Go follow me on Instagram. Is it tasteless to start out the video with like a shameless plug like that? Very excited. So let's just get right into this. Alright, first outfit, and it's kind of the overall base of the look is what I'm starting off with, which involves the first official appearance of a turtleneck in this video, but certainly not going to be the last. I shake with anticipation all summer, just waiting until I can feel like the coolest little slight crisp chill in the air, and I'm running to my wardrobe to pull out one turtleneck from my collection because it is that serious and it is that deep. This turtleneck is ever so slightly sheer, and I just have a bralette paired under it, but if I lived somewhere where it got cold enough, which doesn't happen in LA, to where I needed extra warmth, I would definitely layer some sort of thermal under this. Speaking of extra warmth, I am going to be putting on this absolutely fucking stunning chocolatey brown velvet coat of honestly my dreams. This is my first fall with this beauty, and so I have been wearing it any chance I get because I'm just so in love. I have this scarf tied in my hair because it felt like it added the plum color that's happening with the pants to kind of find that cohesion, as well as add what I felt like was a very much needed pop of a print going on, and it feels vaguely 70s, so if I wanted to lean into that, I could do it with these glasses. It feels like the right bag for this look, and it's also from the 70s. Sometimes though, it feels almost a little bit too on the nose when it comes to certain vintage 70s looks, and I like to more so like microdose elements from that decade, and so I might go with these glasses instead. This is one of those outfits that's really versatile to me in the sense of I feel like I could do so many different things in it because it's comfortable and also casual enough to where I could run errands in this, I could go edit at a coffee shop, and then after like meet up with my friends for dinner and feel like I am dressed in the way that I like for all of those things. You got it? A favorite and frequently utilized styling trick that I like to do is pairing this brown leather cap with any one of my brown leather boots, and then having usually some really pretty dress kind of in the middle of the outer sandwich of the hat and the boots, and this is just like the delicious filling. This polka dot number is from Realization Par, and it's actually on backwards right now. That is another recently discovered little styling trick that I've been using. It's intended to have a scoop neck in the front, but I realized when I was putting it on that, wait, it could be kind of cute for me to flip it around and have this kind of like higher, almost boat neck silhouette going on, especially since I'm going to be layering pieces on top of it. You won't even see the back. Styling opportunities with this dress really do feel endless when it comes to at least what I have in my wardrobe, but this incredible fringe cardigan has definitely been my favorite to reach for with this. Have to have my sunglasses, of course, and then fringe bag to go. I like the fringe with the cardigan, you know? It's on theme. Lean in. Another option that I have been loving is my vintage FFA jacket, the brown with the blue corduroy of this jacket. It's just, oh god, it's such a good color combo. I like the juxtaposition with the jacket and the dress too of a piece like the jacket that feels pretty casual, and I think the dress is elevating the jacket, but then the jacket is also making the dress feel a little bit more everyday, casual, wearable, if that's what I'm wanting. Got another good styling option for you, which is to throw on any like cozy oversized sweater on top of a dress or skirt for that matter, as a way to also take a piece that, you know, again feels a little more dressy and have it feel a bit more everyday, wearable, comfy, cozy, casual. I really like when I have an oversized sweater like this on to take a crossbody bag, kind of throw it on as is. Great color combination happening yet again as well with the brown and this time the mustard. I was on a bit of a mustard kick. I had to see it through with the robe and then took off the hat, and I put the sash with the waistband of the robe, tied it up in my hair. and it looks fabulous, and I needed to show you. I did. Another styling trick as well. I'm full of styling tips and tricks, and to be fair, I did try to warn you that there's a lot of potential with this dress. The amount of self-restraint that I have been exercising to wait until outfit number 3 to pull out one of my fringe jackets. People can do hard things. If there ever comes a day where I'm doing an outfit video and I don't pull out one of these babies, know that somebody has overtaken my body and is using me as a host, okay, a vessel, and that's not actually me in there. And alert somebody. I don't know who, not the government or the police. They're probably the ones that did it. Kidding. It's a joke. Okay, so pivoting now to what we're here for, which is the actual outfit. I have on this maxi plaid skirt and then one of my Edwardian blouses kind of as the base to then just put this on over. The immediate need to just twirl as soon as I put one of these on, because just all of the movement. I love it. Because it did like literally just drop below 80 degrees, this is an outfit that is a bit more on the lightweight side, but I could easily swap out this blouse for any number of my turtlenecks, probably that cream mohair one from earlier actually. I could do a graphic tee if it wants to be a bit more casual, and like any knit sweater as well. It would be super cute. And even having the jacket actually buttoned up all the way. I love how that looks as well. I recently posted this next outfit on my Instagram and everybody was freaking out in the comments about how much they loved it, which that always makes me happy when I get that reaction, but especially with this outfit because that's how I felt when I put this on my body for the first time. I like ascended to what feels like my final form in this life. I'm just like, do we address the antique Edwardian dress first or this incredible 70s fur trim coat, or the combination of them together that is so specifically like pleasing to me and just perfect? I just love it. I should get up close for you so you can see better look with some of these details, especially the bag. Like, it's all just so fabulous. I love, it's that fusion of the early 1900s Edwardian with the 70s, because there was an Edwardian revival in the 70s, so the styles just, they mesh really well together, and it's definitely my favorite to play into. Now taking a quick little break to talk to you about the sponsor of this video, who is Squarespace. My go-to all-in-one platform for designing a website or domain. I have partnered with Squarespace previously, so if you've seen any of my other videos, I'm sure you've heard me talk about them before. Accessibility is something really important to me in just all different facets of life, and that includes the platform I'm using to build a website. I want it to be easy to use and navigate. Whether you're looking to use one of the pre-made templates that Squarespace offers, they have an incredible selection with a really great variety of different aesthetics for whatever your taste preference is. However, they do also offer very simple to use customizable tools so you can create a site that fits more into the vision in your head, anything from the layout to the font to the colors. Now, I don't know about you, but if I'm designing a website, I want to know because I'm nosy, and also it is very helpful to be able to have access to who is going on my website, and Squarespace has really great analytics features that make it possible to track anything from the age of the people visiting your site, all the different demographics, the time that people are visiting your site the most, and what they are clicking on. It's that and so much more for a real kind of analytic breakdown to be able to see who's checking you out. So if any of this sounds like something that you are interested in, whether you are wanting to design your own e-commerce site, maybe you're wanting to brush up on a resume or build a portfolio, of course, I have a code for you. Scan the QR code up on the screen or head to squarespace.com/Caroline Tucker to get 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. Thank you so much to Squarespace for partnering with me yet again on a video, and with that, let's get into the rest of it. Got a few repeats going on with this next outfit, like the matching hat boot combination as well as my FFA jacket making another appearance. Going for like casual, comfy with a vaguely 70s vibe, or maybe not so vague. There's not a ton going on with this outfit, but I think what I do have on, all of the pieces are really great kind of like elevated basics. Like, I'm not just wearing a white top, I have a little white thermal, so there's some texture, and then this jacket which is corduroy and all the stitching, and then the jeans which aren't just regular jeans, they have paint splatters all over them, and so all of the pieces are kind of cool on their own, and so together I think they create a cool and interesting, but still overall like pretty simple and easy outfit. Could always zip the jacket up as well, although it kind of hides the belt when I do that, but I don't really mind that. I need to get some leather conditioner happening on this belt. If you're going to comment it, I know, okay? I'm aware. It's getting a little bit tragic with the cracking on the belt. Cute. Ooh, also, I could do a bandana if I was maybe not feeling the hat. Oh yeah. Right. Like I said, always an option. And pulling in some navy, happening with the stitching, with the slightly darker blue, but there's white to go with the white in the top, and the white paint splatters. My bangs are deciding to, for once, behave as I'm filming this video, but trust and believe, most of the time when they're not, they're getting put on timeout with the bandana. It's the perfect solution to that problem. If there's one thing that you can always count on me to be consistent with in my life, it is styling my antique Edwardian pieces, just any and all of the time. Like, hello, antique Edwardian does more casual and cozy. I love this sweater so much, and I love it thrown over my antique Edwardian dress. I wanted to start out this look with some ballet flats and my little basket bag with this handkerchief tied around it for pops of the pattern and the color to show like chill but cute. Very cute. But still chill. Like, I'm in a flat shoe. Come on. I could swap out the flats for these cowboy boots though, and I love they have this like persimmon red tip and some red stitching that ties in with the sweater, and then an updo with a chunky knit like turtleneck sweater does a lot for me spiritually in the fall and winter. Okay, I'm done after this. But like, see, even just the smallest little tweaks can make a really big difference, and with just minimal things in your wardrobe. Just gotta get creative. I am hopeful, maybe naively so, that there's enough room in the fringe jacket with this chunky sweater. Yeah, I mean, it's a tight squeeze for sure, but hey, still squeezes nonetheless. I put on what's a pretty simple base layer to start off this next outfit with, of just a black maxi dress, good old black boots, and my kind of like everyday go-to jewelry. This dress, I do want to show you if you get close up, has like a really cool, almost like jacquard texture happening. I don't know if it's picking up on camera. I have in my hands this incredible vintage 70s fur vest that I want to pair over this dress, and I love this kind of base layer for an outfit so much because I think there's a lot of opportunities with the things that you can throw on over it. The thing with this dress, however, is that it is quite free-flowing and does kind of drag on the floor, which I could fix with a belt, or if I am going to be layering something on the top of it, I can kind of pull it up, this little trick I like to do, and then take a clear elastic, and usually I'll double or triple layer the elastics to make sure that they don't snap throughout the day, but I'll kind of pull up the fabric and just maneuver it how I like until I feel like it's sitting a little bit better. Obviously with this method you are then going to be required to keep on whatever top layer you have on throughout the entire day, unless you are fine with people seeing all the bunched up elastic you have going on in the back, so just be aware of that. Put on this vest, and I love how against the black it just really makes the vest pop and be the focal point of the look, which I mean it kind of already was going to be given that it is a fur trimmed vest. Yeah, I'm really into just keeping the theme of black besides the vest going on with the rest of my accessories. And so let's see for sunglasses. I got a bunch of different options that switch up the whole vibe of the outfit. It's like, no pressure. Just don't make the wrong decision between the 8 that lay in front of you. These are insane. They're very Gucci, vintage 70s Gucci. They're not. I don't even know where I got these. Couldn't tell ya. They definitely weren't Gucci price though. Can we just say fuck it and lean into 70s glam rocker with the big old bug eyes? Like, yeah, why not? It's fun. Yeah. Love it. Need to find somewhere to wear this immediately. When I find myself in a place of needing easy, comfortable, but still cute, but also pretty simple, I'm reaching for a good cozy sweater and my overalls. If you followed me for a while, you've definitely seen this sort of outfit formula before because it's been in my rotation for a while because it never does me wrong. I really love the specific pairing of these railroad striped overalls with the pattern on this sweater. I think it adds like something really interesting to look at in an outfit that is pretty simple. There's not a whole lot else going on, so this is kind of like the fun aspect is that pattern mixing. I do always kind of go between. It's really vibes based on the day that I'm wearing this outfit. If I want to like fully kind of hook myself into what's essentially my adult onesie, kind of have it like that one hanging effortless sort of thing. Most likely I'm grabbing this bag, which is my usual go-to for this outfit. And yeah, you can try and pull the sweater out and maybe define some sort of shape if you want, but that's not usually when I'm going for this outfit, what I'm wanting out of the look. You're not perceiving shit with me when I got this on. sometimes that's also what's really what I'm in a place of for the day. I had an idea that I thought would be fun for this next outfit, which is instead of kind of building the look together and then ending with the final result, I give you the final result of the look at the start and then deconstruct it with you and show you what's going on, what went into it. Black sunglasses, black bag, check. I don't know if you're ready for the grand reveal. Right. So I'd be keeping the jacket on if I was wearing this. This is like a staying outdoors look. Actually, am I getting to the point of filming where I'm losing it, or is this like also maybe kind of a look? Or like I've fully completely lost my fucking mind. Fleetwood Mac tee, you gotta go. Ow, ow, ow. Oh my god, warning. If you're wearing hoop earrings, coming down is an important factor because sometimes an updo is what's needed and sometimes it's not. Alright, and the 12 bobby pins I need to secure the mop, the bird's nest. And there we go. I could, of course, always grab the leather jacket and just put it on over the dress. But I'm telling you, this is another realization par dress. There's so many ways that I feel as though I can style them. It's honestly how I justify the egregious price tag on these babies. I figured, while we're here and I have your attention, I might as well style it like this. Felt kind of disrespectful not to. This wasn't intentional by any means, but I really am hitting like all of my favorite outfit and styling combinations in this video. The juxtaposition with the leather and the romantic, more kind of feminine, pretty dress. It's one of my favorites. Some of you know that. And God, we're just like one after the other. I can't be stopped. There's always a time and place for a good knee-high boot mini dress combo. Admittedly, I don't have a ton of mini dresses in my wardrobe, but the ones that I do, they're often vintage 70s, and I just lean into that vibe. I'm obsessed with this knit one that I have on, and there's something about a knit mini dress, sort of like a contradiction, that itself feels very fall in LA. I love how almost like this is neon pink adjacent this dress is, and I tied this little scarf around my neck to give it what I felt like was again a much needed pop of color and some pattern. Now given how temperamental the weather can be, one day just like this could work, but have a way to make it a little bit more cooler weather appropriate. Just gonna pop on good old fringe jacket. I mean, I could see it working open as is, super cute. However, this could be a really fun opportunity to wear the fringe all buttoned up and just have like the bottom of the dress poking out and the top as well. Maybe this bag, this version of the look. Yeah, love. That's so cute too. I figured that it would only be right for me to end this video with my final outfit, similarly to how I started, which is with me in a turtleneck. Naturally. Turtlenecks, the boots, the vintage fur, which I obviously can't get enough of. This one does make me feel like Victoria from specifically the first Twilight movie. I'm sure the hair is not helping, and I am obsessed with it. I got it recently at an estate sale for $25, which is just like sick and demented. These vintage Ralph Lauren pants are so fun. I love how they look with the fur as well, and then I brought in some pops of brown with the bag and the leather, and then the leather and the brown with the boots. My sunglasses, of course, the bangles that you can just you can hear and ever so faintly see when I move a specific way, and I just love this outfit. It's another look for me that I feel like I can do anything in. And I guess on that note, I don't have much more to say, so that's gonna be it for this video and these outfits and these looks that I really hope that you enjoyed and could maybe get some inspiration from, styling tips, if at the very least entertainment over the last 20 minutes, give or take. This is going to be one of the last few times, actually maybe for outfits, I'm in this setup, because as I am filming this, I'm also in the process of packing up all of my stuff and moving, which is very exciting. I've kind of teased it in previous videos, and it was something else was happening months ago, but then it got pushed back, but now it's officially finally happening. The lease is signed. Everything's coming together, and I'm really excited about that. There are gonna be lots of setup changes happening soon, so I just wanted to give you a heads up. And you can follow me on my Instagram. I'm gonna be posting more on there about the move and some like behind the scenes and decor stuff if you're interested in that. I will talk to you in my next video. Stay sexy. Bye.